slurs, and carry handmade Confederate flag at terrifying anti-gay school rally. Watch this.
Homophobic language and aggression is what some students, including those from the Gay Straight Alliance Club at Bartram Trail High School, this Friday. We've bleeped out the derogatory language and blurred their faces because of their age, but what can still be seen is students stomping on what we're told is a pride flag and hold flags.
It was terrifying. It was absolutely terrifying.
You're hearing from a parent whose daughter was a part of the group that was targeted in this video. She asked that we conceal her identity for her family's safety.
She was approached by one of the boys who started, yelling at her and saying, you're gay, you have no rights, and, kind of spitting at her. And she just walked past her and got on her bus.
No parents or students at the school wanted to talk to us on camera today, but the school district tells me the actions in this video line up with level 3 and level 4 infractions in the student code of conduct. That means punishment could include, but is not limited to, in-school suspension of school, expulsion, or referral to law enforcement. The school district said via email today, quote, "This behavior is not acceptable and is not indicative of the culture and students at Bartram Trail High School. It's very disappointing that these students handled themselves in this way."
River City Pride is being celebrated in Jacksonville on October 2nd, but one of the local schools is not feeling this year's theme, Stronger Together. A group of students recently organized a rally at Bartram Trail High School that involved shouting anti-LGBTQ slurs, stomping a pride flag, and threatening members of the school's Gay Straight Alliance. Cell phone footage shows students yelling homophobic and transphobic comments at students from the GSA. The St. Johns County School Department and Sheriff's Office have both said they are investigating the incident. I really hope that they have quick and appropriate consequences for these young people, or, it needs to be evident that it is not okay.
You have to go back to the parents because they're learning this from somewhere, even if it's not their parents, it's someone else's kids' parents that are then creating this environment where they think it's okay. And it's not, because if you grew up in a family that's more liberal, it isn't an issue. So it is a trained behavior, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, I think it's peer pressure at school, too, but especially in a school setting. I think both the school district, and it sounds like they are investigating, as well as the sheriff's office. I think that consequences need to come and come swiftly.
I think that perhaps is the only difference between what we might have seen a few years ago, is the fact that the school district itself is saying that, these students, that the punishment could be not limited to in-school suspension, placement in an alternative school,
even
expulsion or referral to law enforcement. And that, the behavior that we're seeing of these kids, there's nothing new about that kind of bullying.
Absolutely
but
not.
It's the fact that the school district and hopefully law enforcement will follow through as well.
Yeah, it certainly is
it's more
time.
like hate speech versus hate crime, though. So,
well, there's consequences to be had.
I think the most disturbing thing in the video is how they corner over diversity issues. They corner students from the GSA. And the most disturbing images to me in the cell phone video is them stomping on the little pride flag. Because we constantly learn that we should learn from history. And as I'm watching them basically tear down the process of a pride flag and stomping all over it and cornering an individual, a group of people cornering an individual, immediately I had this washover of, wait, is this 1939 Berlin?
Right.
Wow.
Or I was thinking January 6th, mimicking that whole sort of like a hateful crime against people.
Right, so. And it could be that against our capital, or 39 in Berlin against the Jews. Is this 1959 in Birmingham, Alabama?
Right.
It is so emblematic
like
of what we have seen over and over again. But the difference is this is 2021, and
but it still starts at the top.
Exactly. I hope their response is quite strong.
Yeah.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.